So how is TIFF going? You guys just had the screening yesterday. What was the audience response like?
I just got here, so it's like I'm coming into kind of the fray of everything. But I love film festivals, you know?
Yeah.
I love films. I love being in the environment where new things are on the horizon. It just feels exciting, and to be here with one of the movies that's on the horizon here that I enjoy, it's sweet, man, you know? It's the dream, really, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I second that. It's definitely the dream. Also, I haven't been to a film festival in a really long time, so I think for me, I feel kind of like it's really fresh. I'm feeling all the excitement, and just the excitement of making movies and the discussions that you have with people here about actually making film, I think is something that's really precious. And it was the first time I saw the movie last night. I had the best night ever. I thought it was... Also, there was a standing ovation.
There was.
Which I didn't know happened.
There was actually a standing ovation.
A pretty beautiful moment, yeah.
That's true. That was dope.
Yeah.
It felt like we were at Cannes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
So you hadn't seen the film prior to this screening. Was there anything that surprised you?
I hadn't. I think I felt like I was, whether I was surprised by this or not, I felt like I wanted to go out and tell everybody how important accountability is and how important forgiveness is and how important it is to tell people you love people. It really felt, and it felt like the positivity and the note of kind of positive energy that you leave the movie in. You forget that you love seeing films sometimes that make you feel good. Because we see a lot of things that make us, you know, contemplate dark sides and bad things, and which is also in some truth with the trajectory of the world, really. But I was really overwhelmed by how much I enjoyed the movie and felt good afterwards.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, it's often these characters that seem, you know, flawed on the outside, but that make a choice to do and be better. Those are the ones that I tend to gravitate toward, because people forget sometimes, like waking up every day, it's a conscious decision to go out and be your best version. You know, it's easy to crash out, but it's hard to reach across. So I think that's a skill that's developed. And films like this remind us that, like, yeah, man, you know, we're multi-dimensional beings having an experience here. And sometimes what meets the eye is not always what is there. There's layers underneath there. And this film is also just such a good time while doing that. It's fun. It's bright. You know, it feels like the color yellow. It's dope.
Amazing. That's quite powerful. So Roofman follows the true story of Jeffrey Manchester, who robbed dozens of fast food restaurants and escaped prison to camp in a Toys R Us. What store would you choose to stay and survive in?
Mine would be a secondhand clothing shop. I would never get bored, ever.
That's dope. That's a good one. I think like a bookstore of some sort, like with like an unlimited library. Just like learn as much as possible, you know? Yeah.
Amazing.
As long as they got a cafe nearby so I can eat, so I can stay alive while I'm learning.
I found that the film takes quite a realistic approach to the dialogue. There's like a clear amount of backstory between the characters that isn't spelled out. Did you get told what that was, or did you work alongside the writers and cast to figure that out?
She created the backstory for everything. She created the whole movie. No. Juno's like super smart. She like came in with all these ideas. She's like, this character's this, that. I remember we were talking about it. She had this whole thing. And I was like, yeah. Damn, I got to do some work. I remember talking to him like...
But it was also from a conversation that I had with Derek, where Derek was like, so what do you think Michelle's dreams are? Who is she as a person? How does she meet these people? How does she interact with them? How did she become a part of this world? And I was like, okay, don't fail, Juno. Come up with something great. Understand why she would be there and why it matters that she's there in the moment, you know? And I think that Derek encouraging these kind of depths of thought and, you know, depth of field with your movie and creating a world that is so real from so far away is what makes his movies so profoundly powerful, because the performances shine in a way that is so human, because you feel lost in a universe that doesn't feel like a Hollywood thing, you know? And
yeah.
I think the encouragement that you get from Derek with that makes it, you forget that you're shooting things. It feels like you're really immersed in a world. And I was only there for a day, you know?
Yeah.
And I think the absolute pleasure of really creating a life for however long you're gonna see it in a movie is one of my favorite things. It's such an honor to get to inhabit another woman, you know? And see the world through her eyes, even if it's for a day or if it's for 10 months or if it's for 10 years. I think it's something, yeah.
I can imagine she can create a whole world in 10 years. I mean, she literally was just telling me about these cool designs that she came up with. It's just like a creative mind, like all the wigs and stuff. I just like am impressed by it, so I want to talk about more of the detail of it. I hope it's not annoying, but it's like the whole backdrop of what our characters were and what we lived in. I mean, so much of it was enriched by Juno. And to your point, you know, Derek allowed us to have that canvas to be able to explore. And he's like, oh, you got an idea? Let's roll with it. Let's improve upon it. Let's expand it out. And he wasn't like, you know, this is my precious thing and this is the way. It was a very organic experience. You could tell he put the team together because he trusted us. And it really did feel like an organic experience. It didn't come like we were coming to work. It felt like we were living our other lives through these characters.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!